Hey, what's up, killers? It is your final grandma coming at you from My Killer Podcast. And today I found something wild. Stay tuned if you want to know what it was. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new here, I am not only on YouTube, I'm on a bunch of other social media platforms. Kill the description box below and follow me everywhere. I know you guys aren't used to seeing a microphone in the shot. I didn't just get this. I've had it forever, but I'm starting to try and use it. It's not working out for me real well. Nothing about this mic has worked so far. So it's in the shop for now. We'll see if it works. We'll see how it sounds. The program that's supposed to accompany this microphone is not working with my laptop for some reason, and I'm not having a real easy time figuring out how to fix it, so I can't control anything that goes along with this microphone. Can't turn it up, turn it down. I can't do anything. When I plug it into the phone, there's this weird popping noise. I don't know why. I got rid of my Yeti. So I'm kind of screwed. There is an app that I can download on my phone to use this microphone with. I tried it. It blows out the sound really bad because I'm just a loud person. So I don't know. I have to call the Shure people. They wouldn't speak to me via email, so that's a little difficult thing for me to do. So we're dealing with this, okay? But as I alluded, I found something really cool. You guys told me in the comments that you wanted to go thrifting with me, so I went thrifting this weekend and I took some video clips. Not a lot because I wasn't exactly sure what I was getting myself into, so I didn't know that I should be taking videos. So at the last minute, I took some clips, but I went to my hometown and I went into this place called City Pickers. It was like a little thrift shop and they had some cool stuff in there, and I was just thrifting around. I came across all of these boxes shoved underneath this counter, and they were full of VHS tapes. I was like, oh. I'll try and show some video footage off to the side, but I did not get a lot. But I'll show you what I picked up. These boxes were full of VHS tapes, and I was so surprised at how many boxes there were, and I went through all of them. I had to dig these boxes out from underneath this counter that was full of junk on top. There was baseball cards and comic books and just all kinds of stuff on top of it. And I dug through every single one of them, and I found so much cool stuff. And everything in there was $1. So some of these VHS tapes that are worth way more than $1 I got for super cheap. They had all kinds of stuff in there, vinyl, DVDs, they had record players, they had guitars. You gotta understand, my hometown is population 3,500 people. This thrift store should not exist there. This is the type of thrift store that I go to the city to look for, and I don't even find it there. I go to the city to go to Half Price Books to source VHS tapes. Now, granted, I bought pretty much all of the horror tapes there, and I can't imagine that they restock very fast in my hometown. So I probably won't go back there very often. And I did talk to the owner, and he said that he had some VHS players, but somebody came in and just like bought him out, and he was selling them for $10 a piece. He didn't know how much they were worth. He didn't know how much he could sell them for. And now he can't find any. He can't get his hands on any, which kind of broke my heart that I didn't go into the store sooner, because I could have purchased some VHS players from him for super cheap. And now he knows what they're worth. Clearly, if he gets his hands on any more, they won't be $10. But I'm super stoked that I found this place. I'm super stoked that it's in my hometown, which is like 15, 20 minutes away from where I live now, which is awesome. He did say that he had a ton more VHS tapes, like wherever he lives from this place, that were recorded off television from like way back in the 80s and 90s. So that was pretty cool. He said he still has to go through all of those and put them out, which would be like movies off of TV that have like all the old commercials and stuff. So I'm kind of interested in seeing what kind of movies he has on those. So I might go back in there for that at some point. Some of the things that I found there were, he had A Nightmare on Elm Street 1 through 4 on VHS. So that was pretty cool. I grabbed all of them. All for $1. He had The Lawnmower Man 1 and 2, which I love these movies. He had this really cool Never-Ending Story VHS collector's edition. So these are pretty cool. And they come in this little box. That was $1. He had this really minty edition of The Dark Crystal. This was super cool. I don't know what kind of special collector series release this was. It says Paramount 75th anniversary of Teen Wolf, but this was super squishy. Oh my God, I'm really close to the microphone. That's probably going to be really blown out. It has this gold foiling up here. But then when you take the tape out, here's the tape, but it's like encased in this like kind of slip thing like this. I don't know. I just thought this was like the coolest edition of Teen Wolf ever. For $1. I don't know what it's worth, but I'm sure it's worth more than $1. Of course, I had to get my Jean-Claude Van Damme double team. I don't have this. If you guys follow me on Instagram, which you should, log on over to Instagram and follow me over there because I post a lot of really cool stuff over there. I post a lot of my collection over there. I don't show a lot of my collection in my YouTube videos, but I show a lot of my collection in my Instagram photos, and I just did a Jean-Claude Van Damme stack of all of my VHS tapes. I was missing this one, but now I have it. I got this Witch's Black Clam, which is super groovy. I mean, I'm not normally a clam person, but have an OG Witch's Black Clam is pretty dope. These were a couple random ones, Copycat and Tequila Sunrise. I'm a huge Michelle Pfeiffer fan, so that's why I picked up that one. And I'm a huge Sigourney Weaver fan, so that's why I picked up Copycat. I have not seen those movies, though. They had Hellraiser 1 and Hellraiser 2, which I do already have. I do already have Hellraiser 1 on VHS, but it's this one. It's the Anchor Bay one. So I got both of these. And then I snagged this Young Frankenstein, which I wasn't sure if I had this one already. But for $1, it was worth finding out. Maybe it will be on my 2 for Tuesday. And then last but not least, I've actually been super lucky lately. I love Earnest Stuff. Movies, Earnest anything. And I've been collecting a lot of it because I've just been really lucky in coming across a lot of it lately. And I came across this there, Earnest Greatest Hits Volume 2. I don't even know what this is. I don't even care what it is. I'm going to watch it and find out. It says Good Times on the VHS. But I have been coming across some of the wildest Earnest stuff lately. One of the other things that I came across the other day was this VHS of Ernest's. It was like a compilation of all of Ernest's commercials on VHS, which was like the coolest thing ever. Here, let me grab it. Right here. This is so cool. It's 101 Ernest and Vern commercials and bloopers, the Earnest Film Festival. Look at that. And it still has whatever this is. It's an Earnest fan club flyer. It's like tucked up underneath the plastic. Like I want to take it out, but it would require me to like probably rip the plastic. So I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave it in there. But you can tell it's a flyer that was kind of shoved up in there. And it says, "Hey Vern, it's the real deal. The Ernest P. Worrell International Fan Club. Be the first in your immediate area to become a genuine official Bonavita member of the I Love Ernest team for a measly $5, cheaper than the Culture Club. You get all kinds of neat stuff." Like, how cool is that? Like, I could not believe I came across this. Like, I'm a huge Ernest fan. I'm a huge Jim Varney fan. So to have something like this, I think is the coolest thing. And look how minty this is. Like, this is brand new mint. This isn't even mint condition. This is just like straight up brand new. This is so cool. I did not get this at the thrift store, but I just wanted to show this off because I found this at the thrift store. But yeah, here's what's on the back. So I guess that's what's on here. But very cool. Very interesting stuff that I found at this thrift store that's like 20 minutes from my house. I never have anything cool out here. That's why I'm making this video and it's such a big deal for me. And plus, you guys said you wanted thrifty videos, so here you go. One last thing that I did grab that I kind of wanted to show off that I've been seeing around Instagram, and it reminds me of my grandpa because he had a bunch of these, is a set of these wooden drawers. This is just like pinnacle to every thrift store and Goodwill and everything. I see these all the time and I never pick them up. But I don't know. I saw them at the thrift and I just decided to grab them. Because, like I said, I've been seeing them on Instagram lately, and they remind me of my grandpa. He was huge when it came to VHS inspiration in my life because he was the one that always recorded the tapes for us. And he was my mom's dad. And you know, my mom was a huge VHS inspiration to me. So picked up some of those drawers. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but when I figure that out, I'll cut in some footage for you guys where I put them in this room. But that is it. That is my thrift experience and haul and the little gem that I found around me. Finally, I have something cool too. Kill the comments below. Let me know. Did you like this video? Do you want to see more of this kind of stuff? I'm dying to know. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And until the next time we gather, have a killer day. Peace.